With us now is Oded Ailam, the former deputy head of global operations for Mossad. That's Israel's version of the CIA. Good morning, and thank you for your time. Are we focusing on the right things right now, the scope of the damage to the 3 nuclear sites as this plays out in Washington, D.C.?
I think the scope of the damage is quite clear, and we just have to listen carefully to the Israeli intelligence, which had proved to be very precise and accurate. The damage is a devastating damage that takes back the nuclear program years in Iran. And so I think we should right now be focusing more on the future. Let's not forget one thing. The image of the regime has suffered a tremendous blow. They are Shiite, surrounded by Sunni states, and the Sunni states are just looking for a crack in the wall of this Shia patronism that Iran had displayed, and the fact that the Israelis and the United States attacked for 12 days the Iranian with very minor response brings some joy into the surrounding Sunni, which enable to start some sort of a new process in the region.
In order to silence the debate and move on to the what's next question, what specific evidence has been shared about the extent of the damage? Have there been boots on the ground? Are there images more than what we're seeing from the satellite above that can put this to rest?
Unfortunately, I cannot go into any sorts of details regarding that, especially not the details that are shared between the Israeli intelligence and their counterpart. But you can be sure that the Israeli statement is based on real facts, real evidence, and proved to be correct during this campaign.
Okay, so without going into details, though, have you seen evidence that backs up that case?
Well, I can tell you, generally speaking, without going into any sort of...
Right, but not specifics, but have you been shared information that puts to rest any question in your mind that their capabilities have been diminished for years?
Absolutely so. And now we have also to look forward into the negotiations and what is going to be the next step in the negotiation table. Let's not forget, we should have on the negotiation table not just the nuclear program, but all the other, as well as the ballistic missile, as well as the use of proxy in order to disperse terror around the region and into the West.
So as there are calls for these negotiations, and we'll talk specifically about that in a moment, Iran's supreme leader is defiant that Israel currently has control of the skies over Iran. Why is that still the case, and what needs to happen for those skies to be clear, or is that even on the table?
The fact that Israel has a total supremacy over the skies of Iran has shocked the regime. Let's not forget, since August 1988, the end of the Iran-Iraq war, they haven't seen anything like that. You know, the new generation in Iran never seen anything on that scope. And this event actually scares the regime, and because they cannot inflict their image of power and grip on the society. And now what are they really concerned is what is going to be within Iran. Is it going to ignite any sort of internal revolution or something? And so the supreme leader has to say those things because he has to somehow protect the regime image that has been destroyed.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.